Welcome. Today we are going to start with the Unit 4 of your syllabi, and that is Forms of Market. But before we move on to the various forms of market, let me first of all explain the meaning of the term market. Market is a place where buyers and sellers interact with each other and reach a negotiation about how they have to exchange the products. That is, the buyer has to buy and the sellers have to sell. Now, various forms of market can be categorized in economics depending upon a set of features. The first form, dear students, which we are going to take up today is perfect competition. Perfect competitive market is that situation of the market in which there are large number of buyers and sellers of a homogeneous product. The word homo means same. So this means that all the buyers are selling identical, similar products. Can you just think of a market like this? Well, such a market is actually not possible in practical life. So we call it a utopia. But if I can think of something which is very near to this market is that of potatoes or onions. Yes, a potato market can be called as a perfectly competitive market because there are a large number of buyers, there are a large number of sellers, and all of them are selling identical potatoes. There are not much varieties. Now, I hope the concept of perfect competition is clear to you, so we can just take up one feature of perfect competition and move on to the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth and be familiar with the concept in detail. The first feature is that of large number of buyers and sellers. When a thing is being sold by many people and being bought by many people, this becomes the basic feature of perfect competition. Secondly, buyers have a perfect knowledge about the market, the price prevailing, and nobody can sell them the product at a different price. The price being charged by all the sellers should be same because buyers have perfect knowledge of the market conditions. Then anybody, that means any firm, any new firm can enter or exit the industry. And the industry is the price maker. Now, what is an industry? Industry is the group of such firms which are selling a homogeneous product. So this means that in totality, the forces of demand and supply are calculating or they are deriving the price and the firm is only a price taker. Now, let me just explain it to you that why the firm becomes just a price taker. देखिए, जब सेल करने वाले बेचने वाले बहुत ज़्यादा हैं तो उनका पोर्शन इन टोटल सप्लाई में बहुत इनसिग्निफिकेंट है बिकॉज देर आर सो मेनी पीपल दैट मीन्स उनका परसेंटेज ऑफ sale is very little and they cannot influence the price individually. So when they cannot influence the price individually, they will have to take the price which is being determined by industry. So industry or the forces of market, that is demand and supply, are the price makers and the firm is the price taker. The next point is perfect mobility. Perfect mobility means that the factors of production, that is labor and capital, are perfectly mobile. Correct? Now we move on to the next point, that is lack of selling cost. अब it's very easy and it's very obvious. जब सब लोग एक ही जैसा प्रोडक्ट बेच रहे हैं तो फिर they don't need to advertise it and they don't need to incur any kind of selling cost. So there is complete absence of selling cost under a perfect competitive market. Now, after that, we are clear with the concept of meaning and features of perfect competition. We move on to how we determine price under a perfectly competitive market. Under perfect competitive market, as I just told you, that price is determined by industry and not by one seller, and aggregate of all the firms selling the homogeneous product is called industry. Equilibrium price is determined by forces of demand and supply. Where the two get equal, we get the equilibrium price. It's very clearly shown in the table below. The demand goes down as price goes up, and supply and price show a positive relationship. At equilibrium price 3, both demand and supply are equating with each other, that is, both are placed at the level 30. So diagrammatically, you can see in the diagram the demand curve is sloping downward while the supply curve is sloping upward, because we already know that there is a negative relationship between price and demand, and there is a positive relationship between price and supply. So where the two curves intersect, that is the equilibrium point. This price determined by industry is given to the firm, and firm has to take this price. Now, this will obviously become average revenue of the firm, and since firm will be selling every additional unit at the same price, at this price OP, the average revenue of the firm will be equal to its marginal revenue. Dear students, this is a very important fact which you should always remember, that under perfect competition market for the firm, AR is always equal to MR. Now we move on to how this equilibrium price can be changed. The equilibrium price will change in response to changes in demand as well as in supply, or simultaneous changes in demand and supply will affect the equilibrium. So first of all, let's take up the case of effect of change in demand on equilibrium. See, as your demand goes up, the equilibrium price will go up and the quantity demanded will also go up, supply being constant. In the next diagram, I will show you how supply changes the equilibrium price. If demand is kept constant and we move the supply rightward, that is, supply increases, then the prices will tend to go down because supply has increased and in response demand has not increased. We are keeping the demand constant. Now, we move on to the next section where we will study how simultaneous changes in demand and supply affect the equilibrium price. If the demand increases and in response supply increases with same proportion, then the quantity demanded and supplied will change, but there will be no change in equilibrium price. There can be many cases. We can make minor variations in the proportion of changes in supply in response to changes in demand, and we can see that in certain cases the equilibrium price will increase, in certain cases the equilibrium price will go down, and in certain cases it will remain constant. For your ready reference, we have made all the diagrams in the coming slides which you can view and understand the thing very clearly. Now, let's move on to the next market form. The next market form is that of monopoly. Mono. The word mono means single. So monopoly is that situation of the market in which there is a single seller of a product. And what are the characteristic features of a monopoly? Yes, there is one seller but a large number of buyers. And since there is only one seller, there will be no industry. So monopolist firm is in itself an industry. There are no close substitutes of the products which the monopolist is selling. So that is why he has a monopoly in the field. And since he has a monopoly, he will be able to influence the price totally. So we can call him the price maker. And he fixes the price in such a manner that he imposes restrictions on entry. He would not allow any other firm to come in competition to him very easily. And the last point is that a monopolist can call price discrimination. He can do price discrimination because he might be charging different prices for the same product from different consumers. I hope now the monopolistic market is very clear to you, that is monopoly. And now we move on to the next market form, which is monopolistic competition. The concept of this monopolistic competition, which is also called as imperfect competition, was given by Professor Sarafa. It is a situation in which there are many sellers and there are a large number of buyers. But then you will be wondering, how is it different from perfect competition? Because in case of perfect competition, we had homogeneous product, but here each one of them is selling a differentiated product. Can you relate it to the practical market which you come across every day? See, there are so many soaps available in the market, but each soap promises something different. Some soap is made up of Ganga water, some will help you do away with your pimples, some will make you look so fair. So this means that these are products which are having differentiated features, though the basic product is the same. So such a market, my dear friends, is called a monopolistic competitive market. The main features would be there are a large number of buyers and sellers. There is product differentiation. I would like to tell you here that this product differentiation can be real and can be artificial. Real means when the intrinsic quality of the product is different. And artificial means that when the product is basically the same, but the difference is only in the outlook or in the packaging. And then there is freedom of entry and exit of the firms. That means the new firms can enter the industry and the existing ones might exist. Then there's lot of selling cost because each one claims that their product has certain differentiated aspects which they would like to highlight to the consumer. Dear friends, this concept of selling cost is based on two assumptions that consumers' preferences can be changed and consumer is not having the full knowledge of the product being sold. So it is the duty of the firms to provide knowledge about their product to the consumer through different mediums of advertisement like radio, television, etc. And any cost that is being incurred to promote the production is called selling cost. Such firms might even enter into a non-price competition. That is, they might be offering you various schemes and free gifts with their product so that they can attract the market share to their side. Then, next is price policy. Since under a monopolistic competition, because of product differentiation, each person is able to have some dominance on the market. The firms can have their separate price policy. Though the prices are not much different, but the price policies can be a little different. Next market form which we are going to study is oligopoly. Oligopoly refers to the market form in which there are only a few sellers who depend upon each other for their decisions. Now let me just give you an example and explain you the concept a little more. See, if there are only two mobile service providers in the country, that is Airtel and Vodafone, that means we can call it an oligopolistic market. Since the sellers are few, there are a large number of buyers and they are interdependent in the sense that if Airtel offers you a scheme in just 24 hours or maybe a little less than that, Vodafone will come up with certain identical schemes because both of them are competing with each other to get the market share and they are constantly eyeing each other's decisions regarding marketing of the products and the schemes being launched, and they will automatically follow each other's patterns so that the clients are not going to favor just one of them. I hope it's clear to you. Such firms, while competing with each other, sometimes enter into certain price agreements also. But since we are not going to have this much in detail in your syllabus, I think that should be more than sufficient for you. So dear students, now you're very much familiar with the various market forms which you come across while you indulge in buying and selling. So the main market forms very quickly: perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. Thank you.